Well, back to EFC TV. This is the well, obviously not my Oscar. I think obviously this is my tribute, obviously, to our beloved ground, Goodison Park again. A ground, obviously, I'm going to go into a few details. Obviously, the facts, a few bits of history about it, and guys, obviously, for those, I think, listen to it. If there's any Everton out there who don't know about Goodison Park, like I do, if you know what, because one, you're an Evertonian and you don't know what's going to Goodison Park. You know, because one, you're an Evertonian and you don't know what, you know something like not a lot, like me. This again, this all ice cut quite a bit. Obviously, let's obviously, I'm back to EFC TV. This is the my Goodison Park trivia. Obviously, and what will we miss about Goodison Park when we moved to Bramwell Dock? It's going to be a lot of things, you know. I think Goodison Park's history is absolutely incredible because it's a history which I don't know a lot about. Obviously, I think my dad knows a lot more about than I would. You know, he knows. He's seen us play when allegedly seen us play Bayern Munich. You know, and I've seen his obviously. There's also like my dad who's seen a lot more than obviously we have, and so it's that thing of like, oh yeah, that, and it's like that the moments. So obviously, listen, obviously getting to the history now. Now, obviously, here's one like maddest and most weirdest stats you'll ever hear. Right, obviously, that Goodison Park has hosted more top flight games than any other stadium in England. Wow, I mean, I didn't know that until now. That was wow, England, and it has been the venue for venue for the FA Cup final, and obviously a numerous international fixtures, including a semi-final, match, a semi-final match in the 1966 World Cup. Obviously, fixtures include international fixtures, including a semi-final, obviously in the 1966 World Cup. Again, obviously the World Cup we're in, not too famously won the World Cup in that year, beating Germany, I believe. But it's a incredible start. That's just man. Listen, we'll get into. We'll get into obviously where we played before we moved to Goodison Park as well. Before Goodison Park, Everton originally. Everton originally played on a pitch, obviously in the southeast corner of. Basically, like a lot of stuff. I think it is relevant, but not as relevant as as you probably imagine. But again, it's pretty relevant to some point. South corner of the oh god, this side goes. Obviously now laid out Stanley Park. Obviously, because one, I think listen around. Listen, guys. I don't know. Guys. I honestly don't know what it was like before we moved to Goodison Park. So again, I've got no clue. So I'm basically done back. I know the history of it. I know some of the history of it. I know it's just mad. Laid out Stanley Park on a site where rivals Liverpool obviously considered building a stadium over the century, and obviously on the first match, obviously right, this stuff here is not really that important, but I'll say obviously falls on remaining obviously following the remaining of the club from obviously St Domingos to Everton and Stanley Park on 20th December 1879. St Peter's oppositions and admission agreed. Obviously has free I think it's 3, yeah, because my writing's not made as a product. LC foot and has 3 in 1892. Because one, before we actually played at Goodison Park, we actually played at Anfield for I believe a few years now. So I believe a few the owner of the club, I think of the owner of the land. I think then when we used to play there, so I think we actually, I think we won a few, not one trust, I think we've won, I think FA Cups and a few other trophies, obviously that time as well. And basically, obviously a man, well, famous amongst us, okay, yeah. Obviously a famous man called John Holden, obviously famously, well, listen, I don't know if rumours are true or not, I don't know, because one, I don't know if this rumours are that there's a lot of, and obviously a lot of, I think this fact is, it's true, and it can be debated a dozen times, because one, I thought John Holden put the rent up, and basically we said no, and we basically moved because of that, and then, it's actually we did, I think because we did that, we moved because of that, and also, but yeah, basically that's just saying this. So basically, I think the facts are quite, it's quite hard to read it, but I'm trying to like do best I can, because it's just like, well, get a lot of information there. Obviously, in 880. So yeah, 1880 pod, obviously, in 1882 as well, because one in 1882, which is mad dumb. Obviously, moving to Goodison Park. Everton moved to nearby Anfield Road site where Prepper covered, obviously covered stands built. So that's about, obviously covered stands obviously were built. Everton, I think it's built, yeah, because I think I was right. I shouldn't be because on the iPad I'll like we'll do it properly. Off here, my writing's not great, so it's like I'm basically just going that. So it's not. I'm so sorry, really am. Okay. Alright, that thing moved. Facebook, yeah. Oh, it's word part. It's word because I played out that word part as well. Obviously, cover stands were built. Obviously built Everton a. Built. Oh, I'm not convinced because it's very confused. I mean, writing is not amazing, and wait, let's see. Right, I'll just look at it. I can touch right now. Oh, that's present. Obviously, cover stands. Obviously, built. Everton played at Anfield. It's true off because one. This start, I think. I think one says well because one. Okay, so obviously one says right. It's true because one. I was going to say that because one. About 100 years back, a few hundred years ago, we used to play at Anfield. We pay rent and all that stuff with St. John, and you probably hear most of it now. But yeah, it's the famous story. If you've never heard of it, go and look it up because the story that is quite mad. It's a story that it's a very, I think like back in the day, it was like it can't be done, and it was rivals and all that great stuff. Really, you'd think of it, but yeah. Okay, get this. Anfield ground from 1884 to 1892. Because one, as famously as because one, like I think like it says on the Goodison Park t-shirts and merchandise, whatever, it says 1892 to 2025. Obviously, that's obviously we moved there in 1892. Obviously, I think they obviously our rivals local, they've obviously got 1892 because that's when they were founded. Basically, that's what I'm saying. But they were founded then. So during this time, the club turned professional, entering a team's in the FA Cup. Obviously in the FA Cup. I think it's tried, yeah, because they obviously they go. Obviously, and they became founding and they became founding members, and they became founding members of the Football League in and and we became founding members and teams in the FA Cup, and we became founding members of the Football League in members of the Football League in 1888. And it's very famous. Obviously, on Goodison Park, you'll see it. They're basically like a plaque. It's really cool because it is. It basically says founding members since 1882. Not 1882, good enough. Because one, if you ever go past Goodison Park, you'll see a blue plaque. Basically, it says it's like a blue circle plaque thing. It basically says founding members of the Football League since 1888. So again, that's how long, so basically at the time we weren't actually in. I thought we weren't classed as like, I think originally, now a lot of people saying, some people maybe it's been, I don't know. That's not some controversial. I won't say it. But obviously winning the first championship at the ground in 1890 to 91 season. So basically, it's like the early 19th century is mad. 91st century season, and then obviously in the 1890s, a dispute about was owed to obviously to John Holding. I said his name before. Obviously, I was mentioned before. I didn't mention all the rent and stuff like that. Obviously, John Holding. Obviously, I think now. Okay, so that's already got off. Okay, so that's already got off that bit off because one. There was basically a lot of it. So I've put on. It would take me all day to 2.5 hours video. Obviously. Oh, let's not moving to the records. We'll move to the records now. Obviously, with Goodison Park built. All right, borders. Oh, that's about it. So that's about it. Obviously, records with Goodison Park built. Obviously, about to be closed for the 24-25 season. Obviously, I think it's 24. If I forget, it's 24. Obviously, for the 24-25 season, obviously, yeah. Now, I think if you watch the EFC news, I uploaded the video. I think it was like a few things like a day before I uploaded, obviously, and I said that the women obviously are from 2020 for the 25-26 season in the WSL. Obviously, I think if you watched the big news video I did videos as well, obviously, and one of them was that the Everton women obviously will be moving to Goodison Park permanently and playing there again. In my opinion, brilliant, but obviously, 25, and the women will get Goodison Park, obviously, and then that's obviously going to be home now, and just amazing. Obviously, 2025, obviously 25 season, and Everton have played. I've got play, but yeah, because we're finished playing. Obviously, have played. Sorry, it's played, yeah, because I can't. Right, it's not great. Obviously, I played. Obviously, Everton have played here for. Obviously, I played here for over. But this stuff is not important. We'll go through it. But yeah, obviously 2024. Obviously have. Obviously, I think it's about. Obviously, have played here. Obviously, I've won 4 of the 122 league seasons at the top. Obviously, at the top tier it is the obviously destruction of our top, obviously of the top flight, for its time. Goodison Park is English, obviously English ground to host a FIFA World Cup semi-final. Obviously, as I said, I think what I was thinking, still not been on all time, but right, obviously, as Goodison Park is the only now one button Tate is a really good stack. It's amazing. Not stack. It's a record in stack. It really is a record in stack. Obviously, I think it is. Goodison Park. Now, listen. These words are the words, and I mean, because I do. At the time, Goodison Park is the only English ground to hosted a FIFA World Cup semi-final. Obviously, the one in 1966. I think it was Brazil play against, I think it was North Korea. I believe it was North Korea. Yeah, you know what? I believe it was North Korea they played against. Yeah, and I think obviously, and no, I think obviously, okay, and I think like some of the players who play for that Brazil team, you're talking players that will probably dead now, probably. Talking players like Eusebio, Pele, oh my, like, again, many others I can think about. Again, I think at that time, obviously Brazil obviously had become, obviously back in the day they won the World Cup in 1958. Obviously the film by you should watch. Oh, amazing, incredible. I'm not gonna watch this. It's not if you have a team, I'm not gonna go, but yeah. Obviously that's part of okay. Obviously until Old Trafford was extended in 1990. I'm being so fast. Okay. Obviously until then obviously until Old Trafford was extended in 1996, I believe. So again, our ground obviously held that until 1996 when Man United's ground, Old Trafford, was extended. I believe at the time it was extended. So obviously, and Goodison Park held the record for the Sunday attendance football ground of, now this number, guys, you may go, wow, didn't know that. Obviously 53.509. So basically it's 53,509 versus West Brom. Versus West Brom in the West Brom Albion in the FA Cup. Obviously in the FA Cup in 1974. Again, because that record stat there is like, wow. That no, I mean, I'm not, because listen, okay, but I think like not looking good part now, but okay, not looking good part, not looking good part, but I think you look good part now and you go, wow, it held 53. I mean, that's like, I think the new one holds 52 or something like that. But wow, I mean, the fact it holds, I think it's 53 coming now. But yeah, that's amazing. Isn't it? I love it. It's amazing. Obviously, 1994, obviously, and Everton have won 15 home league games in a row between 4th of October 1930. So now obviously going back a few years. Like not a few years, because I'm going back a few years now. Really, I'm going back to when I was 16, playing for it. I think I'm talking about, I'm going back a few years. I'm talking about, I'm going back a few years. I'm talking about players like 16, play for Everton, and obviously Sandy Brownie. There's so many players, obviously. At that time, played for Everton in the 30s. Oh man, there's so many. It was crazy. I mean, I think Dixie Dean in that one season scored about 60 goals, and hence why Dixie Dean's record was never even broken. Because Dixie Dean scored about 60. He scored 60 goals in one season. And I think I believe Ern Haaland came close to breaking it, but he didn't break it again. It's a record that can now be broken. It's a mad record. Let's not mess around that record. Okay, let's not mess around that record. Is a really weird one because no team or no player, I never broke it. It's like, I think Haaland came close, but never really broke it. It's one of the, I don't say it's weird. It's one of the weirdest ones I've ever had to say, because the start was like, what? Well, obviously, was up between 4th October 1930 and to the 4th of April 1931. I think the year after, obviously, in the 1931-1932 season. So basically, it was obviously that time Dix was still playing for us at the time, and he was listen, right, I don't know. I was going to say something about obviously of the 1932 season, obviously, and the venue has most, obviously, and the venue of most goals scored at home in a league season, obviously, of season 84 by Everton between the 23rd of so that obviously between 23rd of April 1984, obviously famously we obviously won the 84 FA Cup. I've actually got an Everton top. Basically, it says that like the up at the tower and just mate, so nice. Obviously, of 1984 and on the second, obviously until the 2nd of September, obviously until the 2nd of September, obviously until 2nd of September 1986, of the year after we won the European Cup. Beat Bayern Munich as you were, we won that. Obviously, Everton scored. Obviously, Everton scored consecutive in 47 games, registering 36 wins. Wow, 36 wins. That's the stats is mad. Obviously, and 7 draws. I mean, wow. I'm not sure. Wow, I mean that's just incredible. Obviously, 7 draws, and and scoring 100 now. Wow, I mean this number here is absolutely like, oh my god, it's incredible. Okay, obviously, 36 wins, 7 draws, and obviously have scored and have scoring 123 goals. I mean, wow. So he basically scored 123 goals at Goodison Park. I mean, wow. That's a stat I thought I never heard. I was like, wow. I was just like, whoa. Like, that's a really cool stat. Honestly, it's just, oh my god. That's 123 goals. Our famous night, we beat Bayern Munich in the European Cup. Obviously, I think now it would either be Europa League Conference, Europa League, or even maybe Champions League. I don't know. Maybe it's changed now. But I think back in the day it was called the European Cup Wins Cup. I think they had the European Cup and then the European. I think they had the European Cup, and then they had the European Cup Wins Cup, which again was like, I think, a second version of the European Cup, basically. A lot like with the Europa League and Rugby Conference now. It's quite interesting, yeah. It's obviously, and obviously our famous night where we beat Bayern Munich. Obviously we beat Bayern Munich. I think obviously we beat. I think yeah. So okay, that's it. Obviously on our famous night where we beat Bayern Munich. I think it was like something like 2-0 or 3-0. Yeah. Listen, I know score was common. I think it was either 2-0 beaten by or 3-0. Yeah, it was the maddest. It was like one of the most. It was what. Now obviously I didn't. Now obviously I wasn't even. Now obviously I can. Now obviously I. Okay. Obviously now obviously I wouldn't. Now obviously I didn't. Okay. There's a lot I got. Okay. There's a lot like most of us who went around at that time when I see it off, because I think when you go on YouTube right now, you look it up as you were. You watch it, you just see how that game was, the atmosphere of that game. Oh, it's just amazing. Like, you know, I'm not. Okay, let's not. Okay, let's not message. So let's not mess off. I think my daddy tells me all the time about that. You know, I say that atmosphere of that game was brilliant. That atmosphere of that game was great. And then obviously he says, listen, you know, that atmosphere in that game was like that. Basically, the fact is right. I think the man at the time Al Kendall basically points out, not man, I think, but the man saying, no, basically, you heard the noise from, you basically heard the Evertonians from, I think the Everton players, the Evertonians, the Evertonians thing. You gotta do it for these fans because and basically, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, okay. So okay. So that okay. Listen, if you want to hear obviously more about this with something else, because one right, go and watch How's Where Right. So there's actually a bit where you have Peter Reid, Andy Gray, and obviously they've got I think of D5 got like I think it's half D5 as well there, but they basically got and they were saying the atmosphere in that game was electric, extraordinary, brilliant. Apparently it was literally that good. Off because one, there's a fly. Sorry guys, flying out somewhere. Anyway, as I said, off because one. Now, obviously, I think okay. So I think like most of us, okay. I think like most of us, I will. Okay, so I think most. Okay. So I think like most of us, we are. So I feel like most of us, right? We obviously weren't there to see it because one, if you got like dads, granddads, or whoever, right? See what the game was like. My dad tells me all the time about it. I'm going, wow, that game just sounded. That game just sounded absolutely incredible. You're going, wow, that game's a real, wow. It's a game you go, oh, that game is just, wow. You can't even say what it's just. Oh my god. Anyway. Oh, it's just my dog. 1985. Obviously, I meant obviously I'm off. Okay, obviously I mentioned about obviously I mentioned about of 19 obviously going from 1985. Obviously, I was thinking now. So okay, okay. Yeah. 1985. Obviously, yeah, and then obviously a World Cup absolute legendary player. And obviously a absolute World Cup legendary footballer of all time, that is Pele. Obviously I think he played Goodison Park, and guess what he said about Goodison Park, right? Wasn't that strong because it was because what I think what he said about Goodison Park wasn't actually wasn't because it was because what he said. Goodison Park was the best ground he's played in. I was like, wow. You're talking about a World Cup winner there, saying that, going, wow, that's just incredible. Sugar. Oh, bro. Obviously, Pele played at Goodison Park. Obviously, for the I think Brazil versus North Korea. Yeah, North Korea. Obviously, Goodison Park. Obviously, where Brazil played. Obviously, North Korea. Obviously played North Korea back in obviously North Korea, and and I think then obviously the other player in the team obviously was the Serbia. Obviously, then obviously the other player in that squad was Eusebio, again a player that because one played in the same team with Pele. He was a player that you go, wow, he was just like you. So not messing fact is right. You had two great players in the Brazil side, and they played Goodison Park. And you imagine going, wow, this is just. But it's just incredible. Right? They obviously played at Goodison Park as well. Obviously played Goodison Park for the obviously for Brazil in the 1966 World Cup again. Because I think again I always mention it because they obviously that's obviously. I think there's a few like being my stats now are going to go bring a few just basic information that I'll never know about because one obviously after the ground opened on 24th of August 1892. Well, obviously all know that because that was when obviously says something. Obviously, now obviously record attendance. Record attendance was not. I see. Record attendance. Yeah. Then obviously record attendance was 70,299. Obviously, yeah, and Everton versus Liverpool, obviously in the night, obviously on the 18th of September, 1948. Obviously, I think now, because one, I wasn't around them. Now, I think my dad. It's not that. I think obviously, not. No, I wasn't around. Dad wasn't around them, but my granddad, I'm obviously gonna, I imagine he probably seen it. I don't know if imagine he did. I really hope he did, but yeah. Again, I think, wouldn't that class as the first derby? Yeah, it wouldn't class as derbies, man. And then obviously, okay, then obviously 1948, then obviously the architects of building the ground obviously was Kelly Brothers, Henry Hartley, and obviously the most famous man of all time, and that is Archibald Leach. Again, an absolute iconic, brilliant architect in his day. You know, because one, he built Goodison Park. Obviously, he built Goodison Park. He built Sunderland's All Ground, Roker Park. He built that. He built so many grounds in Britain. I mean, he obviously, obviously he's dead now, obviously, but again, just incredible architect. Can't really. Then obviously, I think the same person was Archibald Leach. Obviously, the same person Archibald Leach as well. Obviously, yeah. Now, listen, you're not gonna believe how much it cost to build Goodison Park. I'll tell you now. Obviously, it cost about £300 million to build. Not 300. It basically cost not like 10,000 gone. It only cost not on again. Okay, I've not on. Okay, I've not only gone out of them. Okay, I've not only gone now. Obviously, yeah. Okay. Obviously, and guess how much it cost to build Goodison Park? The construction cost, obviously. The construction cost obviously was only £300. Was only free, not 300. But obviously, it was only what 300. It was only free. No, obviously, it was only 3,000. Things like thousand. Yeah, obviously, I think it was only what £3,000. Wow, not far. I think it's either between 300 or 3,000. I can't remember now. Because basically, it's not 2 O's, it's 3 O's, so it's like 1,000. I think. Listen, I don't know a lot. I don't know maths, so I imagine that's what 100 or 1,000. I don't know. I believe some of that. I'm not sure. I don't know. Obviously, yeah. And obviously, you won't believe the former name of the park where Goodison Park is now. Obviously, I'm giving it to him as well. See, the name of the former park was, right. Obviously, Mer Green Fields. I mean, oh my God, that's a great name, and it must. Imagine that being stadium. Amazing. Obviously. Okay, so listen. Okay, so listen. We'll go through some memories. Okay. Me personally, you know what? Listen, what me personally, I'm going to miss what goes, but I'm going to miss, the atmosphere in the ground, the famous atmosphere, our famous atmosphere in the ground, stuff like that. I'm going to miss like certain parts of the ground. I remember, I think when I was younger going, I remember going, they basically had like this really cool bit of the ground where basically, I think it's closed off now, but basically it was like, I think not the cool guy, but things like, basically, you had the bathroom, right, where it was like that. Basically, they used to have, and basically, I think like where you sit drinks and whatever, it was like properly dead large area. Oh my God, amazing! I loved it as well because one, I remember. Now, listen, because one, I do remember a lot of great memories like that. I remember seeing us win a few games. I remember seeing us win a few games there. I remember seeing them win a few games. I've seen a few get beaten. Obviously, I've also seen a few of the relegation battles. Sadly, I think like most of us, I've seen a lot of the obviously. I think that sound not okay. So that's not okay. Okay, I was almost like okay. So why isn't legal? Okay, so okay. I think like most of it, and I've also seen last few years of obviously having relegation battles on the last day of the season, not beating the team to stay up and all that. I've seen that because one, I remember us playing Crystal Palace and I think it was winning the game. We actually stayed up that day and I was like, thank God, done whatever. And then obviously, I think season after that we had another one. It was like another one, right? And then same thing, we did it. And obviously, I think then we had our third one, obviously under Dyche, which again. I think we obviously won that and stood up as you were. Now, obviously, I think season after that, I think this season we've not had one. Thank God, because if another one of them, I think another one of them was just it just tired out. Like another one's like, oh my god, yeah. Okay, yeah, obviously one. I remember obviously one. I can't. Now, listen, I was going to say sorry about that because one I can't because it's. Well, I just can't say it because it's a personal thing and no one mentioned it. But yeah, okay. Now, okay. 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 Obviously, yeah. Okay. Obviously, but you know what? You know what? Okay. You know what? So, okay. So obviously, yeah. You know, you know what? You know what? What else? What else? I'm gonna also miss about Goodison Park is I'm gonna miss. No, I'm gonna miss seeing the ground itself. Like just seeing all the memories I've got there, and all the memories that I've got there, and all the memories guys were out there. Not. Okay. You know what? As never told, I'm gonna miss. No, you know. Okay. Cause we can't also. Okay. You know what? Okay. You know what? I'm not. You know what? I'm not missing. You know what? I'm not messing around. I'm actually gonna really miss. You know, certain parts of kind. I'm gonna miss a certain. I'm gonna miss. You know, there you go, and I'm gonna miss like where I am now and all. I'm gonna miss obviously that because I am, but I've like I said, but I've like I said before, I'm just gonna miss some, not all of it. I'm gonna miss some parts of it, but not. I'm gonna miss like a few parts of it. I'm gonna miss, but not many of them because obviously that's 2 years I'm grateful for that. But I've said, I think what I've said before though. I think you know what I think like probably the best part of the ground I'm really gonna miss. Of course, it'll be atmosphere. I think the atmosphere will be missed because of girls. I think like Goodison Park, by the way, it actually will miss. I believe the women will have to. I think they're going to close some stuff off. I've read about it, but girls, because one, in my opinion, you know what, I'm really, really going to miss. Obviously, seeing. I think. Okay. I think obviously seeing the atmosphere. I'm really gonna. You know what, I'm gonna miss the atmosphere in the ground. I'm gonna miss that also because I'm also gonna miss. Like the food. Kiosks and all that, so I imagine some will miss that, some will probably miss that, I don't know, but because one, it might be, I think the best part of the ground I'm going to miss is probably the atmosphere I'm going to miss, like, you just look at something and say, oh yeah, that's there, and then you see something cool stuff, it's just a ground, but you know what, okay, so, I think obviously, I think gonna miss it. You know what? I'm not missing around. I'm actually gonna really miss Goodison Park. Like, no, miss the atmosphere. Might just miss them because again, Goodison Park is one of those grounds you go, it's just so incredible. The history is incredible. About it, well, the way it's built, it's just something. Wow, we're really gonna miss Goodison Park okay. Again, hopefully Brian Murdoch is a bit like Goodison Park, tries to replicate Goodison Park best he can, and does that, and then on big stage does that. But again, I feel like Goodison Park is a stadium and a ground that deserves a lot of respect and honour because again, it's a ground that was built in 1892. Again, the ground was quite old. It's old, and I think Fulham's ground was built in 1950. It's built in 1950. So again, obviously their ground is a little like Goodison Park, but probably not as old as ours, but again, ours has been of 1800, so again, I think ours, like there's, I don't know, but because one, obviously, there's not really force comments below. Obviously, what part of the ground are you gonna miss? Are you gonna miss a certain seat, a certain area, or is it the food? The food that I think the food Everton gave off. I think the food Everton isn't amazing. It's not off because one, are you gonna miss the food? Are you gonna miss taunts people? Are you gonna miss I don't know, are you gonna miss other things on the ground like the atmosphere? And are you gonna miss? I think all like me, are you gonna miss the atmosphere? You're gonna miss all stuff because you're gonna miss all things on the ground or anything else? Yeah. I'll listen to your thoughts, comments below as well. Obviously, yeah, and also let me know. Did you find the historic part of the video good, interesting? Was it boring? Just let me know because one, it's a new thing and just trying to obviously get more subscribers and trying to get the channel up, really get improved, obviously make better videos better. So I'm just trying something new here. So just want to know it works because it's a bit of a test. I want to test to see if it works and all that. But yeah. Obviously, let me thoughts comments below. Okay, obviously let me thoughts, comments below as well. You know what? And I was really, listen, listen, if you want to see great videos like match previews, match reactions, my sort of shows and other great videos like that as well. And you also want to see exclusive videos like my lemon show with topics. Obviously other great videos like that. Obviously other great videos like that. Obviously great videos like that as well. Other great stuff for that. Other great stuff for that as well. You know what? I'd really appreciate. You know what? And I'd really appreciate. You know what? And I'd really appreciate you subscribe to EFC TV at excuse me, at youtube.com of course one. It massively helps the channel out. Also, one. It massively helps the channel out, helps it improve, get better. So we do more great videos and we just keep it going. As long as I can use it, I'll do it, because again, that's just one thing. Well, John, I'm going to keep this video until, we're going to do these videos. Anyway, going off that, but obviously, but obviously we're going to be do all that stuff. But yeah, again, it's just because you know what, and also, you know what, I'd really appreciate it if you would share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter.com. Also don't forget to share it on, and also don't forget to share it on any of your other socials as well. I imagine, obviously, I think stuff that. Also don't forget to give a like, leave comments, like I said before. Obviously, and and you can also follow me at Twitter.com at EFC TV. As I was saying, obviously, there you go, really. Obviously, there you go, really. That is my tribute to Goodison Park, really. Again, great ground. But I think I think obviously Sunday will be a really odd and weird day Sunday, but hopefully we get a win on Sunday, really, against Southampton of one. But I think like generally that day will be a really odd and weird day. We'll all be feeling a weird way, won't we? Not weird way gone, no. Okay, so not weird way gone, we know what I mean, no.